to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see a team from the American, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. He'll bring it out. It's Turbin. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Navy Midshipmen will go on offense first to start this game. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Looking for space. It's Owen. Gets it out to the... for a pickup of 4. Guys, let's chat a bit about Navy. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out. And that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse? And do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
So BYU's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line. A group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
And I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
And the Cougars line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Got it in the middle, it's Lewis. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. From the gun, the ground game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You want to end a play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating in the backfield and making something happen.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field.
They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Going to swing it on second down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Navy will have to punt it away. Now on the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Last drive ended after a long missed field goal, and they have it back ready to go to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man to the left. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To throw, it's Lockett. Flips it out on the screen. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Cougars getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. A little release to the back. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quick handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, BYU! And the extra point makes it 7-0. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's the handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They'll leave it with him. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. It's a draw. He just refused to go down, kept finding space and picked up 7. It'll be 4th and 1. Navy will have to punt it away. on his way back from the 20. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Lockett. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Looking downfield on 1st down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down, it's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Toure. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. He splits the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Navy offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. DB's locked up tight on the receiver. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Guys, we have a second here to talk about Navy. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team.
Pulls it in down the sideline. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Gonna run it. It's Owen. Breaks into the open. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. On the option. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
And I like the run there. The offense doesn't have to press. They've got some time still left before the half. And more importantly, they've got to cut into this lead. They're down a couple of scores. This enormous. The locker room will feel so different if they can punch this in for a touchdown before the half.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. Between the uprights, it's good. This is now a 7-point game.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on 1st down. He'll take a deep shot here. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass, it's Lockett. Unloads to the right. Wide open downfield. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him? Or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Punt is in the air. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And Navy will go back on the attack. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run the option. Find some fresh air. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but it'll be 1st down at the 42. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Off play action on 1st down. Makes a grab on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. 3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this. Oh, it's a fumble. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Lockett. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. BYU right back to the line. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Firing to the right, complete. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big 3rd down throw, and you want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away, check the ball down. Get it to your running back and let him go do the work and move the sticks for you.
He's moving out of the pocket. All kinds of time to survey the field, and he throws left. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal.
And that is a big-time play for the offense. The defense knew coming into this game they had to keep this guy bottled up and keep him in the pocket. That didn't happen there. He was able to buy time, extend the play. Receivers are in scramble drill mode. He finds a guy, he's accurate, off schedule, and the defense now has to do a much better job keeping this guy contained, or they are going to get lit up just like that.
Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside Lavelle Edwards Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Powers through the defender. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the air. It's Lockett. Got his man. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Power football with the run. Inside the 45. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
This BYU offense set up with another first down.
Here we go.
Running back searching for a hole. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in. It's Lewis. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the...
Turning it on! And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the back. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. On 1st and goal, let's see if BYU can score here. Into the end zone. can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, BYU! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. And that's what we just saw on that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they're executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Now on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Give to the fullback. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They're dealing with a second and long. Hand off to the fullback. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. It won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. He'll ride his man on the option. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Navy will have to punt it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Give to the running back. There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll give it to him again. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
BYU has this offense clicking. The play action fake. Puts it out of the air. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Past the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29. And the Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. They'll try to pop the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lewis. And they finally get him stopped, but it's... Rowan catch, and he's down at the 5. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the run. Trying to get it in. Touchdown, Cougar! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes the Navy offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on 2nd down. On the option. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Sticks it in his belly. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Grabbed over the middle. It's Toure. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Now on 1st down from the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cougars. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. The pitch to the left. Finding an escape route. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And after having a nice gain like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd...
He's loose down the middle. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Navy! Once he got a step, it was all... They go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Finally brought down, but what a play. Only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Trying to make magic with his feet. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Navy comes to the line facing 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Got it set up on the outside. Jukes his way for more. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Fires to the wideout. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.